Om Shanti. And good morning, good afternoon. Yeah, please keep your cameras on. So we are going to talk about being happy. Yes? And really, so quickly our happiness can go, right? We've all experienced that. How in 1 second our happiness can go. So let me begin by sharing a PowerPoint, and I'll explain how this came about. So yeah, I also want to share how interesting it was, Baba's Murli from this morning. Right, Baba said, sweet children, if you want to claim the inheritance of constant happiness from the unlimited Father, remove all defects from within you. And then the slogan, Baba said, in order to keep yourself, the soul, constantly healthy, continue to eat the nourishment of happiness. So I just feel like happiness is such an important topic that I think we don't value it enough, and we take it lightly. Or, as I said, we don't give it that much importance. But anyway, let's go through it, and I'll explain some of my thoughts around this. So Baba has said in one of the Avyak Murlis that Kushi, happiness, is our supreme inheritance, and that we may leave our body, but we should not let go of our happiness. So I'm going to, quote you some of Baba's versions as we go through this. And yeah, it's good if you have some pen and paper ready as well. So yeah, one of the realizations I had about 6-7 weeks ago is that happiness is my power. Happiness is my strength. And if you think about it, if there is an angry person and you are able to stay happy, then who's the more powerful person? It's you, isn't it? It's not somebody else, it's you. And so when I say happiness, that means is I have strength when I'm happy. I have strength to do that which I want to do. So I have strength for enthusiasm. I have strength for dharana. I have strength for yoga. I have strength for service, seva. And as Baba said again in the Murli, in the Lokik world, those with authority have so much kushi and nasha, right? So happiness and intoxication. Yet in front of them, you have so much more. So in a state of happiness, we are able to have transformation. In a state of weakness, we cannot have transformation. Because when we are weak, right? Or let's say unhappy, we are weak when we are unhappy. And then we have to bring ourselves up to normality. And then from there, we can think of doing something great. So it is a bit like Maslow's hierarchy, where first I have to have all my basics, and then I can think of self-actualization. So happiness is my power means that if I can stay in a mode, in a state of happiness, then I have the power, the means to attain my perfection. So it's not that I become unhappy and then happy. This is the other thing, which I'll come to in a minute, but it's meant to be constant happiness. And as I said, just check, right? I've given you, well, you have pen and paper, but just write notes. I mean, as I'm sharing these things with you, ask yourself questions. So is my happiness constant? And if not, what is taking away my happiness? Anyway, we will have a separate reflection, but just to really make this a bit closer to home. So yeah, what is eternal happiness? So these are some of the words that we use for eternal. And sometimes when we look at eternal in a different way, maybe it has a different meaning for us. So I'll just let you read them. Endless, never-ending, everlasting, undying. Is my happiness undying? Is it boundless? Is it permanent? Because as I said, if we can maybe feel comfortable with one of these words, like say I like boundless, say I like endless, then I'll want to make sure that my happiness is that boundless and endless. So just see which word resonates with you here. And then in Hindi, I thought it's interesting for you to know the different words in Hindi. And Baba uses all these words in the Murli. Kushi, cheerful, anand, bliss, sukh, happiness, santosh. Yeah, we have this goddess, Santoshi Devi, contentment, goddess of contentment. And then prasan. Prasan is also like happy, like fulfilled, I think. Happy, fulfilled. Elated, uttejit. Sorry, that's the other way. Uttejit is the Hindi. Utsa, joy and enthusiasm. And that was Baba's latest Murli, right? Are we constantly in a state of joy and enthusiasm? So Sakar Murli, Baba says, after becoming a child of the Father, let there be constant happiness. So think about it. Can there be any shortage of happiness? Because Baba is with us. There is Sangam Yug, all attainments, all the knowledge, all the wisdom. We have the time now. Baba says that now is the time to make the fortune, right? Time meaning time is on our side, meaning that for every one action, we get multi-million-fold return. And then we have the Brahmin family. We have the support of our Brahmin family. And yet, we exchange all of this for things that are worthless. Again, just think about it. How many times we give our happiness away to things that are like this much, minuscule, when all this is on the other side. Right? God, the ocean of happiness, Sangam Yug. What is there not to be happy about Sangam Yug? We found God, we found the path we were searching for. What is there not to be happy about? All attainments, all knowledge, all the powers. Baba's saying, several Murlis, Baba's saying, he can give us whatever power we want. It's available. Are we available? Are we ready? And then, as I said, support of the Brahmin family. So just think about that. And think about scenarios in your head, like really, in what ways we give away our happiness. So if we are not in a state of happiness, then we're in a state of sorrow. And again, I want to quote Baba. Baba said, to have a wave of sadness in the mind is also to cry. When the relationship with the Father is broken, then the wave of sadness comes. Even because the cries of the mind, one automatically gets disconnected, disenchanted with the Father. Tireless means one who doesn't have laziness. So to be always tireless means to be always in front of the Father and constantly happy. So Baba has said, right, that sometimes we cry in the mind, sometimes we cry physically. But here my point is that, again, if I'm not in happiness, then I am in sorrow. And what is sorrow? These are, again, different words for sorrow. Again, we might assume that sorrow means just what? That, I'm upset. Sometimes we think I'm just upset with something. But no, all these words, repentance, regret, guilt, worry, all this is sorrow. Because all these are words of the Iron Age. And there's more, I'm sure there's more. I've only put a few here. To complain, when we say it's hardship, when we labor, when we feel depressed. Okay, so all these are words of Iron Age. So this is sorrow. Anytime I'm experiencing, actually even physical pain, if I'm experiencing physical pain, that is sorrow. Because in Golden Age, we will have perfect bodies. Right? So the point here is that every time there is sorrow, then I'm attracting one of the vices. This is the point. Every time I'm in sorrow, then I'm attracting one of the vices. So what does that mean? So think about it. If I'm afraid, then I'm not in my self-respect. So if I'm not in my self-respect, then there is ego. If I'm in despair means, like cannot do something, then maybe I get angry. Again, if I don't have, I feel insecure, then there is greed. Right? So you can see the connection between sorrow and the vices. When there is sorrow, there is we give birth to the vices. And this is what we started doing from the Copper Age onwards. It's not that the vice came and then there was sorrow. You see, we started feeling a bit of emptiness. We started feeling a bit of intrigue and adventure. We started comparing. That's how then the sorrow started. And then slowly that sorrow gives birth to the vice. And we all know that, it's like, well, the ego wants what it wants. The attachment tries to hold on. Greed says, well, if I have some more, then maybe I'll be happy. And lust really tries to control. And then anger, well, I'll kill you if I don't have what I want. So all these are working together as bandits, right? All these are working together as bandits to try and take away your happiness. What is the role of Maya? The role of Maya is to take away your happiness. Maya wins if she's taken away your happiness. Baba wins if you are constantly happy. That's the essence. That's the quote below. I'm now taking you from sorrow into happiness. So when we are happy, then really think about it. All these don't exist, right? When I'm happy, I don't complain. When I'm happy, there's no labor. Baba says that many times in the Murli, Mohabbat and Menat. When I'm happy, I'm not depressed. I'm energetic. I'm not oppressed. When I'm happy, I don't worry. When I'm happy, there's no guilt because I haven't done anything wrong. I have a guilt-free conscience. So yeah, just see how sorrow has taken over our life and created a home actually in our life. And then happiness is karmic. So happiness is karmic means what? What do we say when we talk about the karma philosophy? We say that every time we do something wrong, then the first thing to go is my happiness, right? What is the punishment that we experience? What is the punishment we experience when we've done some wrong karma? And that is the loss of my happiness. So when I lose my happiness, then it means I must have done something wrong, right? Look at it the other way. Look at it from the other side of the coin. When I lose my happiness, I must have done something wrong. And here's a quote from Baba as well. And that is, to say that souls are immune to the effect of action is a lie. Whatever actions a soul performs, he receives the fruit of that accordingly. Now, Baba is teaching us such good actions that we will remain happy for 21 births. There is the philosophy of karma. So if I'm not happy, then whose fault is it? Right? This is the question, isn't it? If I'm not happy, then whose fault is it? Is it somebody else's fault? Is it somebody from out there? Or it's my fault? Because really, karma, it teaches us that we choose. We choose to be happy, right? We choose to plant seeds of happiness. When we plant seeds of happiness, we only reap happiness. So why am I not happy? What is stripping my happiness away? Or why am I not constantly happy? So yes, let's talk about temporary and permanent happiness. So actually here, I'd like you to maybe write in the chat what you think is, what do you think is temporary happiness? If you can write, or if the Turkish person can write, I see there are some Turkish people. What is temporary happiness? So maybe you have a good meal, yeah? Name, fame. Okay, good. Maybe you dress up. Yes, happiness that comes with body consciousness. That's it? Only 2, 3 things? Temporary happiness. Aren't we experiencing temporary happiness all the time? I think we are, right? Material, yes. For example, car, yeah. Yeah, anything physical, car, there's any physical attainment, right? We won a game, maybe you're playing cards, you won poker, maybe you won some tennis match, maybe you got somewhere first, earlier than everybody else. Any little thing, maybe you're the person on Zoom. And you say, see? So why is it? Anyway, we'll talk about this later, about the reward, dopamine and the reward chemical. But it's like a hit. We get a hit. With temporary happiness, we get a hit. And when we get that hit, then we feel so good. Everything from outside, yeah. Happiness from compliments of somebody, or, yeah. Yes, physical possession, nice holiday, yeah. Yep, buying material things and limited things, yeah. Yeah. So let's see what Baba has to say. Baba says many children experience happiness, prasanta, on the basis of their praise, prashansa. However, that satisfaction is temporary. If in any situation your mood of happiness changes, then that is not permanent happiness. The mood of Brahmin life is to be constantly cheerful and careful. Your mood should not change. So anyway, my point here is that, yeah, as soon as we, praise somebody, then they become happy, right? Sometimes we've done this exercise in our meditation lab. And so I've got everybody there in the hall, they're standing. Then I tell them to come together and I ask them to compliment somebody in their ear. So they're whispering something into the other person's ear. And I don't know what they're saying. Nobody can hear, right? But you immediately start to see this person's face light up. In other words, they're just so happy hearing, themselves being praised. So for example, oh, you do this so good, you do this so nicely, you're so good at this, or you're beautiful, or you're so organized, or whatever. And then look at the opposite side of the coin. As soon as somebody defames us, what happens? We lose our happiness. So we have to hold the middle ground where we don't get excited. This is some practice we need to create where we don't get excited just hearing our praise and we don't get upset. Just hearing some defamation. And this is how we can really maintain our, you can say, stability, equilibrium. Because as Baba is saying, why does my mood change? And actually think about it. We live in the world, right, where there is constantly up and down, or people not coming on time, or people not, starting things on time, or things don't get delivered on time. Actually, this morning, somebody delivered something to us at 5:15 in the morning. Can you believe it? 5:15. Imagine. I mean, luckily we wake up early. Imagine if you go to bed late, you wake up late. You don't want somebody delivering something 5:15 in the morning. So nothing really goes as we plan. Everything is fluid and moving, and so this is why really I have to keep my inner world very stable. This is why I really need to focus on my internal happiness. And I need to make this distinction between the internal and the external. Permanent happiness is only soul happiness. Permanent happiness is supreme soul happiness. Temporary happiness is everything from out there, which is all temporary, right? It just makes sense. That which is temporary can only give temporary happiness, right? This chair has a limited value, limited life value, limited lifetime. So this chair can only give temporary happiness, although it creates the illusion that it's permanent happiness. No, but everything is temporary in the world. So how can we hold on to that? We are fools. We are fooling ourselves. And this is what Maya, the illusion, wants us to hold on to, is that is permanent. And it will last forever. But no, we have to be careful, and we have to be mindful, and we have to safeguard our happiness. Only then does it stay permanent, right? It's there, actually, it's there inside of us, but we have to keep it lit by keep pouring the oil of awareness. And then if we don't get what we want, we lose our happiness. If we don't get what we want, we lose our happiness. What does that mean? Again, why do we get angry? Anger is a secondary emotion, right? Anger is a secondary emotion. When I don't get what I want, then I get angry. Or if things don't turn out how they want, then I get angry. So what are we trying to control? Are we trying to control things out there, or are we trying to control things inside of us? This is the point, isn't it? Just again, look at yourself for a moment. You know, a bit like the child who tries to get what it wants, like it wants that toy, that bicycle. It wants the mother's attention. And then after some time, if it doesn't get it, then what happens? Gets upset. Upset means no happiness. So this is a pattern that we created. We created this pattern in the soul. That let me ask for attention when I don't get what I want. And then I might get what I want. But again, why am I waiting for things from out there? Because if I'm in my inner world, and if I'm with Baba, in Baba's world, then Baba's giving me everything that I want. Everything that is truly going to make me happy. And I know that this sounds maybe only technical now, or theoretical now, but it's really true. And I've experienced this over my several decades of experience. You know, you get a new sweater, you get a new shawl. You're happy the first day or two, and then the third day, it just sits in your cupboard, right? But if you have a lovely experience with Baba, and you have a really nice meditation, it lasts for days and years, and it's like you want more of that. You're just so happy. So this is my point, that let us not, well, firstly, let us check what is it that we want, and where is it that we are putting all our energy. How much energy are we putting to things that are anyway going to fall apart? And how much energy are we putting to things that are going to be constructive? Yeah, first question is, what do I want? But anyway, I'll ask you that later. And you can be thinking about it. Then Baba says that happiness does service and sorrow does disservice. The Father says that the sparkle of being a master of the treasures should be visible on the face and the forehead of each child. Because nowadays, as time progresses, so too, according to the situations, tension will also increase. So your faces will make them happy. Baba also said that in a recent Murli, that, yeah, keep a cheerful mood. If you can't do anything, then just give a smile. Just be nice. And they should say, well, you know, where do you get this happiness from? So, yeah, we all think of doing big service, you know, giving big lectures to hundreds of people. But what is the real service? The real service is to just stay happy. If you're in a center or you're connected with a center, and even if you don't do much service, but if you are just a happy Brahmin, everybody loves you and everybody praises you. Everybody gives you blessings from the heart. Whereas you could be somebody who's doing so much service, bringing lots of VIPs, but you're giving sorrow. So what is that? Does that earn you blessings? So happiness means, yeah, again, this state of just being content. This is what people pick up. When we look at, you know, some of the monks' pictures, and they're just sitting there in a state of happiness. If our sanskars are like that, we are drawn to be like them. We are drawn to the simplicity. We are drawn to that contentment. Lately, you know, we've been seeing so many pictures of Dadi Gulzar and the Dadis and all of them together, and it's just very heartwarming. And when we just see them so simple, you know, no attachments, no attractions. They're so beautiful. And that's what does the service. This is my point. But when we give sorrow, when we take something from someone, when we don't give respect, and that's the thing, you see, when I'm happy, I can give respect. When I'm happy because I have happiness, I can share my happiness with others. But when I'm sad, what can I share with others? I don't have anything to share. Only pain and sorrow. And who wants to be around unhappy people? You know, you are with a happy person for 1 hour and you wish that they could stay. You stay the whole day. But you are 5 minutes with a person who's complaining, who's angry, who's difficult. And that 5 minutes feels like an hour. So yeah, nobody likes to be around unhappy people. So Baba says it is remembered. Receive happiness by having constant remembrance. You have to remember internally. You have to remain silent. You don't have to say Rama, Rama or Shiva, Shiva. Your sorrow and suffering will be removed with remembrance. And you will become free from disease. This is a straightforward matter. Right? Baba is saying this is a very simple matter. So my point here is that we have to believe in remembrance. We have to believe in happiness. And what I mean by that is we have to believe that we deserve happiness. We have to believe that happiness is for me, and happiness is for me all the time. And if you look at like Lakshmi and Narayan, they are constantly happy. Actually, even if you look at the dadis, they are constantly happy. So we were sharing these stories about Dadi yesterday, and one of the stories is that Dadi was sitting there at the dining table, and some food fell on this phone. And so then Dadi took the phone and she was going towards the sink because she wanted to wash the phone. And everybody's saying, Dadi, what are you doing? She goes, oh, I'm just washing it so the food comes off it. I mean, that kind of innocence, that kind of, I don't want to say buddhu, but just that kind of innocence. It was like some time ago, so it's one of those old-fashioned small phones. So my point is that they're so innocent, and it's almost like being a buddhu, like Lakshmi Narayan, the deities, they are buddhas in the golden age. But that's okay, they are happy. So my point is that we don't have to know everything. We don't have to know how everything works and ticks, and we just have to be happy. And if you're happy, really, you conquer people, you conquer situations, you conquer obstacles. Because also this power that we get is through remembrance. So that's why I'm connecting. We have to believe that by staying constantly in Baba's remembrance, right? Even today, Baba said, constantly to remain with the Father in Baba's remembrance, we can stay happy. And then all sorrow and suffering ends. So yeah, become a Buddha, have self-respect, stay in happiness, don't question. And we're going to the land of happiness. So what is the requisite? Requisite means what is required. One of the essential factors that's required to go to the golden age, and that is the sanskar of happiness. Think about it. If I cannot be happy, I will not be allowed entry into golden age. And what gives me that sanskar of happiness is my purity. Purity is my source of happiness. So that's why when souls are not happy, right? Then, as I said earlier, if I'm not happy, then I'm sad. Is sadness given entry to golden age? Not at all. And why purity is the source of my happiness? Because yes, when I'm pure, I don't need anything from anyone. I'm content, I'm full, I'm independent, autonomous, self-sufficient. As soon as I want something, there is, we give birth to unhappiness, because as soon as I want something, it means I'm not content. So how are we going to create this sanskar of happiness? As I said, we're going to the land of happiness. It's actually called Sukhdam. It's not called Love Dham. It's not called Shanti Dham, right? Shanti Dham is up there. But it's called Sukhdam, which is land of happiness. Everything is happy, happy. And everything returns the happiness. Everything you look at is reverberating happiness back. So think about it. If I don't have that sanskar of happiness now, how can I go and how can I experience that happiness there? How can I experience the reverberation of happiness from matter? I won't be able to. So I have to make this my sanskar. I mean, in other words, I have to be, when we say sanskar of happiness, it means I have to practice being constantly happy. I have to. And this is why I'm doing this seminar, because even for myself, I'm telling myself I have to, no matter what. I have to make this a habit. Anyway, we will work through it together, and we will come to the destination that we want to. But just to highlight this, that it's so important, and especially as the world gets more and more dukkhi. You know, dukkhi is Iron Age, and sukhi is Golden Age. So dukkhi is sorrowful. So the more dukh there is in the world, to that extent, I need to be happy. Really, to that extent. Like even now, if you see the Ukrainian family, I mean, what is giving them strength? It's the knowledge, it's Baba. It's everything that they have practiced till now, which is giving them the strength to stay strong, to stay positive. And well, I know some of them were moving towards the Poland border. I don't know about all of them, but so what gives them that strength to carry on, to move on, to get on with life? It's everything that we have been practicing, that Baba's been telling us, right? So yes, Baba said, if your face here is constantly cheerful, then there you will remain ever cheerful. In the Birla temple, they show Lakshmi Narayan to be so happy. So where did they get this happiness from? Right? From Baba. Baba taught us. So yes, the question is, am I constantly happy? Just let's read this. So ask yourself whether you constantly remain happy. Do I constantly remain happy? If there is a lack of happiness, it means there is a lack of attainment. And a lack of attainment means there is one or another desire still remaining. The foundation of desire is jealousy and lack of attainment. All those royal desires do not allow you to become the embodiment of attainment. And therefore, the personality of happiness is not constantly visible on your face and in your activity. And this is the point, isn't it? As soon as I want something, you can see the eyes of somebody who is lustful or greedy. As soon as I want something, then I'm not happy. So what is lacking? What is lacking in the soul? As I said in one of the earlier slides, Baba has given us everything. So why is there still jealousy or attraction to the world? Or why is there still a lack? And as Baba said, these are royal desires. You know, where I say, oh, Baba, you know, I don't want it. Like, ichha nahi hai, acha lagta hai. In other words, it's nice, Baba. It's not that I want it. I don't have the desire, but it would be nice to have it. And so I try to justify and I try to play with God. But at the end, it's only me. I'm losing out. And what again, think about this word constantly. I know some will say it's not possible. Well, it has to be possible because, you know, for 2,500, almost 2,500 years, we were constantly happy. So it has to be possible. You know what I think? I think that we are constantly happy. But as I said earlier, the vices keep popping their head up, you know. So the anger in me says, look at me. The greed says, look at me. Ego says, look at me. I think that deep down we are happy. But then something shows us their face, and then we see this ugly face and we become unhappy. So even if we use this theory, right, that I'm constantly happy, then let me not look at the vices, right? Let me not give attention to the vices. So anyway, think about that. Why am I not constantly happy? Why am I giving attention to the negativity? Okay, what is one of the things that takes away our happiness is drama, right? We call it drama, but then Baba says, how can you not accept my child? My child is perfect. Baba says, drama is my bachchi, my child. And so how can you not accept drama? So again, Baba's versions are that when you have come to know the secret, the Raz, of all three periods of time, right? Past, present, future, you become Razi. Razi means happy, right? Content. When you know the secret, Raz, you become happy. Anytime someone gets angry, naraz, means to forget the secrets, the Raz of drama. One who always knows the secret of the drama and the secret of three aspects of time will always be happy. The knower of the three aspects of time will always be Razi and Kush, happy. So, do we accept the drama? Do we accept that drama is perfect? And if not, why not? Why do we doubt the drama? In fact, there was a point some months ago from Avyakt Murli, which I had written and put on my desk lamp. And that was that if it's acceptable to the drama, then why is it not acceptable to me? And I really like that. If something is acceptable in the drama, if it's happening, then why am I not accepting it? So when we understand the secrets of what's going on, then again, we don't lose our happiness. That's the point. But we become upset when we forget that there must be some secret to what's happening. Maybe it's there to teach us something. Maybe it's there to make us grow. And many times our seniors have told us, right? We know that that which is right, but that which is wrong is also right. That which is wrong in the drama, what we think is wrong, it's not wrong, but that which we think is wrong is also right. It's there to teach us something. And so, why are we not learning from the drama? Drama, right? Ma, mother. And I strongly believe, and I believe this for many decades when I was living in other parts of the world, that drama always takes care of me. I think if we create this relationship with drama as though she is my mother and she will not do anything to hurt me, like things will fall into place, like synchronistic actions, or people will come forward to help. Really, drama helps. This is my experience. But we have to believe in the drama. We have to believe that drama is there and drama is working in our favor. Drama is not working against us. And then put a full stop. Stop the expansion. And then Baba saying, teacher should be able to, teacher should be stable in the stage of a full stop. Those who question come into the line of subjects. Full stop means Raja. Those who question cannot experience super-sensuous. Prashna. Prashna is question. So Q, we ask the question, no, why? Q. And so Baba says, when you ask Q, you come into a queue, a line of subjects. So this is connected with the drama. Why am I not able to put a full stop? Full stop means Raja, a king. The king who I think what I understand by this is I understand everything as a king. I understand my kingdom. I understand what's going on. As a subject, I don't. As a subject, I'm getting very pulled down by everything. Those who question cannot experience super-sensuous joy. Because why? Because I'm pulled into the drama, right? Literally. Whereas if I am the king, I'm the master, I'm above it, I'm mastering it. And also when I'm the king, I have the full knowledge. So I don't need to expand. I don't need to ask why, what, when, how. I understand. Anyway, it's very deep and very fruitful if we can apply this and understand why Baba says. Actually, with everything, it's like when we understand, then we can practice. Like now, I see there are quite a few Turkish people. Like you need Turkish translation. If you hear the English, you don't understand. So how can you practice? But then when it comes into your language, then you're able to understand. And so it's the same for us. When Baba speaks our language, the spiritual language, and we understand, then we can create the dharna. Otherwise, no. And then happiness is contagious. How? There's so much wonder in just happiness. Look, whenever you share anything, then there is that much less of it for yourself. But if you share happiness, would it decrease? It would increase, would it not? Right? This is Baba. So here, increase means what? Increase means it's karmic, it grows. Not just I'm happy and I make you happy. But we know a deeper meaning of contagious, and that is that it's karmic. I'm happy, and because I'm happy, I make you happy. And then both of us go out and make others happy. And so this is the karmic return. Happiness creates more happiness. That's why Baba is saying there is so much wonder in happiness. And what do people want in the world? They want peace and happiness, right? Everybody is striving for peace and happiness. Nothing else. If they have peace and happiness, then they're content. So everybody's trying to strive for this thing called happiness. In the Lokik world, they think, oh, by having more money, more power, more position. And actually, we realize it's no less of all that. We want less of all that and more of cultivating ourselves, making ourselves stronger, making ourselves see clearly, making ourselves detached, making ourselves have less ego, less anger, less lust, less greed. We're completely the opposite of the world. That's why when they want something, we're happy to give it to them, because we don't want what they want. That's why there's no conflict. We both want different things. But anyway, just enough to know here that happiness is contagious. So When I'm happy, I make everything around me happy, right? That's the point. And then happiness is my wealth. And Baba says this is not a worldly matter. Here, this is a spiritual matter. To the extent that someone is wealthy, his mercury of happiness rises accordingly. People have a lot of wealth. Here, it is not a matter of perishable wealth. Here, you have to earn and inspire others to earn the imperishable jewels of knowledge. You don't need to ask for anything in this. You don't need to ask before making a donation. Right? Baba says you don't have to ask, shall I make a donation? You have to demonstrate by doing it. So just give, right? Just give happiness. The Father says, check in the mirror of your heart. How much of a charitable soul have you become? So happiness is my wealth. And this is what I was saying earlier. If I'm happy, I'm powerful. Really, if somebody is losing it, if somebody gets mad, crazy, shouts, screams, and you just stay there quite happy and content, that is your wealth. That is your power, isn't it? But if I get sucked into that situation, if I cannot keep my cool, then I lose my wealth. My wealth, in a way, flows away. And what do we mean by wealthy? That, a billionaire could have everything he wants or she wants. But if they don't have happiness, can their billions buy happiness? No. But our happiness can buy billions. This is the point. That's why we say happiness is wealth, because our happiness outweighs that physical wealth. And we're so content, right? We're so content with Baba. We're so content with the family. We're so content with the effort. We're so content with the path. And so we're on our purpose. We know what it is we have to do. So we're so happy. This is our wealth. But with Lokik people, they might think they have their purpose, but if they're not happy, then they're poor. And then happiness makes you look more beautiful. Yeah. Did you know that when you smile, you're more happy? I mean, you're more beautiful. Did you know that? Did you know that everyone who smiles, right? It makes you look more beautiful. So Baba says, constantly maintain your personality of happiness. Those who are satisfied will have very good experiences. In fact, when you see someone who is satisfied, they seem so beautiful. It feels so good to be in their company and to sit and talk to them. And if someone who asks many questions were to come, you would become distressed. So keep the aim of what it is that you have to become. Not to be one who asks many questions, but one who is satisfied. So again, Baba's rhyming. Prashna and Prashanjit. Don't ask too many questions. So anyway, the point here, that physical beauty is nothing. And nowadays, what are the kinds of pictures they show in adverts? They have to look unhappy and they have to look sick, and even the makeup they do, it has to make them look like a ghost or some phantom person. It's not just rosy cheeks and it's very dark eye makeup, and it's almost like that is what sells now. That is what sells, the ad. And here, without any makeup, just our inner contentment, happiness, no questions. that stillness, that silence makes us look so much more beautiful. So anyway, just remember that, yeah? Just smile more, just stay more and more happy. And finally, yeah, we want to remain forever happy. And Baba had said that this is Bap Dada's slogan. Baba said, Bap Dada ka slogan hai, yaad rakho. Remember it. Write it down here, means on your forehead, that I have to remain happy and make others happy. So, is everyone feeling happier now? I mean, you should be. After hearing all that, hearing all about all your self-worth. And are you serious, Pavitra? You're serious?
No, Didi. No, you were sharing about the makeup. So they try to show everybody very serious. Models are never smiling.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm just seeing the chat now. Okay. So yeah, any questions? Any questions before I move to the next thing? Any comments? Let's just take a moment to digest that. No? Everybody's content? Happy? Yes. Can you hear all that from outside? My goodness. Pretty noisy here, yeah. Okay. All right. So what I'd like to do, okay, there's a few things. Okay, you're happy with the background. Okay. Yeah, this is Cairo. I'm in Cairo now. So this is Cairo. Sometimes due to old sanskars, happiness disappears. Yes. So what do we have to do with those old sanskars? This is the point. What do we have to do with the old sanskars? Thank you. Okay. So what I'd like to do, let us do a little meditation. Okay. I'm going to speak a commentary. And let me just ask, since it's few of you, would you like a little break or should we just continue and finish a little earlier? What would you like? Would you like us to just continue? Or you would like a little 10-minute break in between? Because I did offer to have a 10-minute break. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's have a little meditation, then we have a little break. And then I've got, I'll do the reflection after that. Yeah, okay, we'll just have a 10-minute break instead of 15. And then the second part is a little more workshopy type. And we'll get you to also break out into groups, okay? And I'll do a little questionnaire reflection with you as well. But right now, let us just sit in meditation and let us try and experience some of these things that, and Baba's words, Baba's versions that we have just been listening to. Okay, so just, Atma, if we can have some music. So just sit comfortably. So right now, I turn to the sanctuary of my mind and the sanctuary of my heart. As I take a closer look at my heart, I see that there are some very old sorrows from before, maybe from childhood, and maybe even from previous lifetimes. And every time I look at that, and every time I think about that, it is like a thorn that pricks the soul. And from nowhere, I start to feel the pain. So see if there is some situation in your life that you would like to process now in this meditation. A situation that has given you great sorrow. So I'm going to take this situation, and firstly I'm going to separate myself from this situation. So I see myself observing that scenario of what happened. I'm not in that scene. I'm an observer to that scene. And as an observer, I can see that I'm now seeing a different angle to that situation. As an observer, it's just another scene of the drama. It just had to take place in the drama. And the sorrow is not sorrow, but it came in the form of a thorn to teach me something. Because perhaps in happiness I would not have learnt it. So what is my lesson in that? What did that thing come to teach me? Now as an adult, now in this moment, when I look back into my life, realize that that situation has shaped me. It made me wiser, it made me stronger, it made me more aware. Taught me how to be and how not to be. And so that moment of sorrow is a blessing. I'm so grateful for it. Because now I can see through it. It doesn't have that hold over me anymore. And secondly, I have settled that karma. That karma had to be settled somehow, some way. And I do not know what I have done to that person in the past. But karma teaches me there is a reason why everything is happening. And so as a master, I settled. If I don't settle, I remain asleep. So once again, look at that situation as an observer and just step away from it, leaving it behind you, like it's a chapter closed. You have dealt with it. It's gone. Finished. And now you are free. Free and happy. Om Shanti. We'll just take these couple of questions. One question, drama is like a mother. Can I lead or direct drama? Yes, because I with my actions, I'm leading, right? I mean, we know, right? We know that we say drama when something is over, when something is finished. But for that which is coming in front of me, I'm a co-creator of that. So yes, I direct the drama. But what I'm trying to say here is, even if I have gone wrong, then something in the drama will work. My good fortune, the blessings of everyone, the good wishes, that will all come together to make the ending okay, let's say quite okay. Maybe not perfect in my eyes, but I will be okay. Okay, next question. How we should overcome old sanskars when they erupt? Okay, let's take that one in the next section, next part. And then I can't understand it. Van Hep of Kelly Isem. Do you want to say it, Hilal, in English? I think Hilal is frozen. Just translating the question into English. Can you see the one from Fatma? Van Heb of Kelly Isham Maya ile arkadaşım dramamı etkilemiş olur muyum? Ah, okay. If I'm angry and afraid with Maya, do I affect drama? Yeah, of course. Of course. Because then I create a different outcome. So then I've affected the drama. She says, if I'm angry, meaning I'm friend with Maya, then am I affecting the drama? Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Because, well, either way, if I'm happy or if I'm angry, I'm still affecting the drama, right? I mean, a lot of people out there are friends with Maya. That's why their drama is what it is, right? This is the point. Okay. Let's do the second session and maybe things might become a little clearer. Okay, so I suggest we have a 10-minute break. So welcome back to everyone. So what I'd like to do now is I'm going to take you through some reflected questions. And then I'm going to get you to split into twos or threes. I don't know, maybe the Turkish, have to go with the Turkish because of language. But Atma, I think you can sort that out, yeah? And then we come back together again. Okay. All right, so for this, you're going to need some pen and paper because I'm going to ask you some questions. So if you don't have that, just make sure you do. I want to explain the first slide, and then maybe after that, Atma, some music. So, yeah. So I want to talk about, this now is a bit of Lockic information, which of course is whatever tried and tested in the world. And the studies have been done and everything like that, yeah? So basically, these are the 4 happy hormones. And I'm not a doctor, so I don't know too much about them. But you keep hearing these terms, right? Every now and then of dopamine, serotonin, endorphin, oxytocin. You keep hearing these terms. So let us just go through this to get an understanding of the logic aspects of the happiness hormone. So basically, dopamine is known as the feel-good hormone. And dopamine is released when doing something pleasurable. So in logic language, like when you eat a good meal, when you have a massage, when you listen to good music, as in the picture, when you complete a task. Sorry, do you all have questions? You're just for the translation, is it? Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you're doing some, as we said, self-care activities, and also celebrating little wins. And I'm sure that you could do this in a different way, but this is what I came up with. I thought that dopamine could be equated to service. I'll tell you why. Because when we do something good, when we help another person, when we do selfless service, then it's like we are rewarded. We're not doing it because we want something, but naturally, as Baba said, if you do seva, then you get meva, right? Which means if you do service, you get the fruit of that service. And so that's why I'm saying maybe dopamine is the equivalent of our subject of service. And so when we do service, we feel good. And we feel like we've helped another person. So this automatically releases that chemical within us. Next is oxytocin, right? Oxytocin has been known to be the love hormone. And it's known to be very bonding in the sense of, like, say, for example, a mother to the child, especially when a mother gives childbirth or when she's breastfeeding. And especially when we are in close relationships, that develops a sense of love and trust. And so here I'm saying that it's yoga because, of course, it's the closeness that we feel with Baba, the closeness that we feel with God. And as it says there, when one is given a compliment. But as I said, Baba is praising us all the time. The first paragraph of every Avyakt Murli, Baba is praising us. Baba is really trying to uplift our self-respect. And so that's why I'm saying that maybe, perhaps, oxytocin is equivalent to our yoga when we are in good yoga, when we have good yoga, and then we feel this bonding with Baba, then that also increases that hormone within us. Because these are not physical, right? When a mother hugs her child, yes, that's physical, but they're two individuals. But it's the feeling that the mother gets or the child gets. So when I'm in love with Baba and then I feel a sense of having this close, connection with him, then that gives me a sense of the bonding, right, with Baba. So as I said, it could be termed as yoga. Okay, serotonin. So serotonin is the mood stabilizer. And it says here, meditating, running, sun exposure. In other words, getting out and doing something. But also it's to do with understanding. Understanding is the key. And so Gyan gives us that understanding. It gives us that aha moment. And it says also somewhere else that it's triggered by doing something regularly. So when we study regularly, when we study on a daily basis, then the serotonin is triggered. And so why is it that we have to have daily study? Is because we need that to keep our mood stable every day. It's a like a discipline, you can say. Yeah. So as we study, as we understand, and then as we have those aha moments, yes, and it's also connected with memory and learning. So as I said, that's why I believe it could be connected with our Gyan subject. And so the more we study, the more we can release serotonin as well in us. And then lastly, endorphin. So endorphins are produced by the central nervous system, which help us deal with physical pain. And they are released in response to pain or stress. So I'm saying dharna here because, again, it's the good karma. It's when we feel that we are being a good person. When instead of anger, we use calm, we use peace, right? To deal with our stresses. And so when we deal with that, with good dharna, then we feel good. If we handle something patiently rather than getting mad, then we feel good. And then that increases the endorphins in us. That's why I'm connecting it with the dharna. But as I said, I'm sure each of them could be something else, but it's also a good way to remember. And then it's a good way to practice Gyan Yog Dharna Seva. Because these are the four chemical hormones that help us to stay happy all the time. But we know that it's not physical, you know. It's not about just playing with the dog, as it says in this picture. It's not about playing with the baby. To play with the baby, you have to have a baby. And then where do you get the baby from? So it's not about, having the baby, but it's this sense of feeling connected. And it's this feeling of connectedness with Baba. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that. I thought that's important because you cannot talk about the happiness without talking about the happiness hormones. Okay, so now we will start with our reflective questions. Okay, so if we can have some music, I'll ask them slowly, and I'd like you to answer them as honestly as possible. And I'll give you a few minutes with each question. But it's you're sharing it with only you. Okay, so you can get as personal and private. Nobody's even going to read it because we cannot even be in the same room as you. So let us begin. Atma, can we have music? Otherwise I will play here something. So first question is, from whom are we waiting for our happiness? So take a moment to think about, who is it that I am waiting for my happiness from? Can you hear the music? Okay, let's move to the next question. So we have to become a master. But who have we given our remote to? So who controls us? Who do we allow to control us? And to whom can mean not just a person, right? Whom can mean also things. Like the other day, Chakradhari Didi was sharing how Baba made them conquer their taste buds so that they are not subservient to their taste buds. So we have given our remote to our taste buds. So again, something's not tasty, we get mad, we get angry. No salt, less salt, too sweet. In other words, what affects us? What controls us? Whether things or people. So there was a study done by economists at the University of Warwick, and they found that happiness led to 12% spike. In other words, Happiness led to a 12% increase in productivity, while unhappy workers proved 10% less productive. So the question is, what treasures and what fortune, what blessings do you have? Sorry. What treasures, fortune, blessings do you have? We have to remember this. So focus on your treasures and blessings. What are they? What are you blessed with? What powers, what specialities? What makes you a special person? Write that down. Okay, finish this sentence. I will stop comparing and competing with. So perhaps you are subtly comparing yourself with somebody, especially in Gyan. We compare ourselves with other yogis, other teachers, other students. Okay, next question. to love what you do is being happy. So what do you love to do? Yeah, being happy is also, right? People say that if you really love what you do, then you never have to go to work because it's not work. So what is it that you love to do? Because then if I'm doing that, I'm always happy. Okay, next question. So people are so happy to be with you when you don't want anything from them. I will practice contentment by. How will I practice contentment? What will I do? What will I tell myself? And this feeling of not wanting anything from anyone, how will I cultivate that? Okay. When we are happy, we can give more. When we give more, we are happy. So, what can I give? What will I give? What is it that you can give? What is it that, don't look at others, but what is it that you can give most of the time? Anything, physical, spiritual, non-material. There's a problem with translation, Turkish translation. Mahma, can you have a look? They're saying they can't hear. I'll turn the music off. Maybe that's... Can you say something and it works? There's no translation out there. Maybe Hilal come out and go in again. I mean, go out of that room. Could be your microphone too, you know. Shimdima. Okay. All right. So did you get the last slide? Practice contentment. Okay. And then when we are happy, we can give more. So what can I give? What will I give? Yeah. And okay, get ready for this. What do you read? Maybe those in Turkish cannot, but what do you read? Happiness is nowhere. See how happy he is being shot? So its happiness is nowhere. Tuba. Pavitra, you want to write the thing? The real thing? Happiness is? हाँ लिखो ने मैं सब कुछ नहीं कर सकती हूँ यहाँ से. Okay, Tuba wrote it. Okay, now here. Okay. Okay, good. Very good. So yeah, happiness is a state of mind. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay, so we're going to split you up now. I'd like to split you up in pairs, so that gives you a chance to just converse whatever you have learned from those answers. But I want to also say something. So when you, I know you don't know each other, okay? But I'd like you to also, in the beginning, when you connect with each other, I'd like you to praise the other person, okay? So I'd like you to find some words, some language where you will be praising the other person. Doesn't matter if you don't know them, but just get into this, how to say, in this mindset of speaking nicely, kindly, thinking something positive, being a well-wisher. Okay? So, Atma, whenever you're ready. And then after that, so each one of you will praise the other. And then after that, you have 5 minutes to discuss the answers or whatever you have realized from these answers. And then we'll come back together again. All right, so anybody wants to share anything from that? Any feedback, any out? Every time we send you off, you come back less. Anyway, we will finish in about, what, 20 minutes, because I actually have another meeting at my time, 4 o'clock. So, but I do want to share a few more things with you, but let's hear from all of you. Anything you'd like to share from your feedback, outcome, or any questions? Please do. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's unmute them. Since it's a small group, Atma, let's unmute them. And also Margot, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Mario.
Okay, yeah.
And
Manoj.
You put me in the breakout room number 5 with Nurkan. Nurkan is her name. And then again, she only speaks Turkish, but we are speaking some little words to each other. And then again, you put me in another room, and again with Nurkan. So we try to express to each other, was very nice, very sweet words, whatever we could exchange with each other. So it was a happy meeting, but yeah, language was a little bit limited.
Yeah, sure.
So that's what I wanted to share.
Okay, still happy meeting, right?
Yeah, I was very happy.
Oh, same with Dipti, okay. So who did actually have a conversation? Anybody who actually had a conversation?
Yes, I did have a conversation, sister.
Who is that? Yeah.
Manoj, yeah.
Yeah.
And drama is perfect, absolutely perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was in the group with Sujata. We are connected over in a WhatsApp group, but we have never actually met each other.
Wow.
Yeah, meaning we just were in the group, we would have group discussion and so, but never as in that. So we learned that we are actually in the same boat as with the expectation of ourselves and expectation from other people and how that kind of affects us. And we are working on it. Drama is such accurate. Let's get to that point. And yeah, it was lovely. And Baba, I know, seriously, good. So it was wonderful session. Thank you, Baba.
Okay, good. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Don't feel shy, or even if you just want to comment about anything, now's your chance.
Shanti Ben. This is Sujata.
Yeah.
Manoj and I and other new PKs are in this group. And we do have a Murli revision. I think you came in last week and reviewed with us.
Right.
And so we know each other, but we never had a conversation.
Right.
So it really helped because I realized after this talk, what really makes me happy is if I really follow Baba's Srimat throughout the day. I'm really happy. But if I miss it, like, I don't know, I set high expectations, like traffic control. I end up not doing it every hour.
Right.
Then I criticize myself a lot.
Right.
And also drama as well, expectation in drama. But mostly I go through this internal self-criticizing, or why can't I be following Baba Srimad accurately?
Mm.
So that really makes me kind of unhappy.
Mm.
That's what we were discussing, actually. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, let's take this subject because we were talking about this earlier about sanskars, old sanskars. So, yeah, see, the thing is, we are here now with Baba to change our sanskars, right? So we know that the old sanskars are not working. If they were working, we would be very happy in the old world and we would be happy, right? But we're not, and we were not. And there was always some kind of unfulfillment or some kind of discontent, some kind of lack. And that's why we came to Baba. So that was what I meant about that slide, where we have to believe that we are deserving of happiness. But we cannot let our old sanskars take hold of us and just sabotage our happiness. We cannot give permission to our old sanskars. And so the point is how to do that. Yeah, so how to do that is first to acknowledge that this is not right. What's happening is not right. In other words, this sanskar that keeps popping its head up, I first acknowledge that it's not right. Yeah, like for example, I want to do something and then something happens and I become lazy or I become careless or I procrastinate, things like this. Or I want to be nice and suddenly I'm not nice. So we realize that I have this. First, let's acknowledge that we have this sanskar in us, that we're not perfect, we're not pure, we're not brilliant, not yet. Then, really, what I do is I really put it, I keep putting it in front of Baba. When I'm sitting with Baba, and then it's like I'm saying, okay, Baba, here you go. This is my weakness. And I really want it transformed. So transform to what? Then I give energy and power to how I want to be. All I have to do is give this to Baba. Don't have to look at it anymore. Don't have to think about it anymore. I don't keep telling myself, oh, I'm so bad and I'm so impatient and I'm so this and that. No. I keep my image, my focus on what I want. Because, really where attention goes, energy goes. Where energy goes, life, where energy flows, life grows. So where do you want to put your focus and attention is on what you want, not what you don't want. I've said this many times in my lectures that there's the push method and the pull method. Many times we try to make the effort of pushing away the sanskar that we don't want. That's more difficult. Let us pull the sanskar that we want into our life. And that is just by focusing on it, just focusing on it. And that's what Baba Mama used to do. They used to always focus on the children's positive traits. They used to highlight their positive traits. They knew their weaknesses, but they used to highlight their positive traits. And so let us do that for ourselves. Let's not beat up on ourselves, but let us pat ourselves on our back and say, yeah, okay, you're doing well, Let's keep going. Okay, so this is what I would suggest for that. As I said, give it to Baba, because I cannot change it. I have not been able to change it through the Kalpa. So Baba is here. I take Baba's help, Baba's support, be by Baba's side, and I give it to Baba. Okay? And then I get on with the effort I need to make, which is to pull the positive. So continue to try and being a good person, a nice person. Invoke the virtues into your life. Keep focusing on them in your meditation and keep saying, I am that, I am that, I am that. Really, these affirmations, I'm strong, I'm powerful, I can do it, I'm worth it. Okay? Okay, any other question or comment?
Can I share something, Sister Aruna?
Yeah.
This is Dipti. I'm Dipti.
Yeah.
I'm from, I'll put my video on.
Yeah.
I'm from Lusaka.
Okay.
Namibia. Yeah.
Welcome.
So I had attended the 3 days bhatti when on the 18th of January, that's 16th, 17th, 18th, and I
Right.
stayed silent. And on the first day, as in my meditation, I gave one of my old sanskars to Baba. And the next day, when I got up at Amrit Vela, that sanskar emerged like full time. And I just couldn't do my Amrit Vela. And I was so disturbed. Of course, I got myself back into position later on during the day. So after that, that sanskar hasn't gone, but it's slightly diminished, slightly. But it does keep erupting.
No, it will. It will, really. I can't give guarantee on behalf of Baba. Baba gives us the guarantee. But I can really tell you, and I believe in it, that just don't give it that much attention. Leave it now to Baba, okay? And it will go, really. Yeah.
Thank you.
जैसे हिंदी में कहते हैं, इतना ध्यान मत दो उसको अभी, ध्यान मत दो, ध्यान बाबा पे दो.
No focus.
Yeah, focus now on Baba, focus on yourself and not that much focus on that sanskar. See,
So
this
when it erupts,
yes,
when
see,
it erupts, when it erupts, so at that time you have to be very strong not to focus.
yeah, and try and find another thing to disassociate from that and associate to something more positive. You see? Like now you know, see, this is what I'm saying. Now I know that this is my sanskar. And so I try to beforehand know my trigger, and then I associate that action with something else. So if I know that I'm impatient and I know that I'm having to be patient, then I know that I better keep myself calm because something will trigger. So then I'm extra careful, extra cautious, and I try to use that time in a worthwhile way where it doesn't feel like impatience. Do you see? I'm turning that around to something useful, something fruitful, so that then it's not impatience, but it's productive. So then I don't feel I've wasted my time.
So if certain people or certain situations trigger your sanskar, is it okay to stay away from those people and those situations?
Yeah, for a while it's okay. This is what Baba says. It's like if somebody has a sickness and you don't know how to deal with it, then yes, step away from that sickness. Only a doctor knows how to deal with that sickness, right? So once you know how to deal with it, or once you build an immunity, in other words, once you become strong, then yes, go back into that situation. But yeah, for a while it's okay. Or it's okay to become quiet and not speak, you know? And you can say to them, I mean, this is what I say in my conflict sessions, like we say it's not a good time to talk right now. Let's have some space. See? Yeah, protect yourself. You see? Protect yourself. Don't create more karma. This is the thing. We think we want to resolve it and get it over and done with quickly. And in the process, we create more heavy karma. But no, maybe I need to step away. Maybe I just need to be observer, detached for a while. And then sometimes really drama sorts it out. I don't have to do anything. Drama sorts it out.
It's true. It's true. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else?
My husband wants to ask a question. He's also a BK.
Okay. Yes.
She's asked to start to meet you.
Yeah, let us see you. It's nice to know who's asking. Yeah.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
My name is Yogesh. I am only 5% or 10% of BK of what she's doing. Though I got involved, but my efforts because of my job are very, very limited.
Okay.
So I enjoyed first 2 years. Last 1.5 years, I'm not able to give much time because of my job. My only question in short is, you see, I'm continuously facing this problem in my jobs that I last 1.5, 2 years or something like that, I get too much stressed and in the bargain, something happens, and either I keep on taking it and then I eventually leave the job. Sometimes I'm very happy. Like if job is of my choice, people of my choice, environment is fine. But if something different is there, I can adjust up to a point. After that, I don't know what happens. Not that I'm right or I'm anybody right or wrong, but broadly, it's happening too much time and too many times in my life. So I really get confused how to correct it. I don't know. Just this situation is coming time and again in my life. Like last 2 years, I changed the job. I took so much stress. I was very happy, but towards the end, the management changed, and then they took a different view. So, and I fell sick. I developed spondylitis. Like the stress was killing me. So then I changed the job, which I wouldn't have gone in normal case, like in the norm. But I just took it, and again that unhappiness, then uncertainty, then shakiness is there. So I'm failing to understand what should I, how do I deal these situations, or what should I do? That's the only thing. I know it's a very specific issue, but only thing is, yes, I've handled, because I was in this thing, I took lot of stress. I never went into depression. That change came into me last 2 years, because when I was doing BK, whatever little Murli I was listening, going. So this time I never went into depression, and I
So
analyzed the
your
problem.
name?
I fought it back, but I could not solve it.
What
That's
is
the
your
only thing. Yogesh.
Yogesh Bhai? Okay. So Yogesh Bhai, you have answered your own question actually. That when you were practicing, you had more power and you could deal with it. So really, my answer to you would be try and get back into the BK routine. Get back into the yoga, get back into the Murli, because Baba has answers every day, even today. I started by saying that Baba is listening to us, and he spoke to us about happiness. And Baba listens to us every day. So I think, yeah, you need basically just power, like all of us. We need power to deal with the situations around us. So what is your daily source of power? It has to be Gyan and Yoga, right? Otherwise, where? From where? Not the television, not the neighbors, not the law kicks, no. So if I'm to deal with the challenges, I just have to make myself stronger. And so that means being with Baba. So really, I want you to try just for 1 month. Just try 1 month to get back into the BK routine. That's Amrit Vela, Murli, and then trying to remember the points, be with Baba during the day, and just see what a difference it makes. It'll make a big difference to your stress levels. And also, I feel when we have the knowledge, then we're in the world of knowledge. We're in the world of Baba. And these things that happen outside, really, we don't take too much from them. We don't take too much pleasure, nor do we take too much sorrow, because we realize that that's just another drama going on. So,
Okay.
So what I'm saying is you'll only remember that if you remember what Baba is teaching.
Okay. Yeah, I find a lot of solution and messages there. I listen to Murli every day in the car or in the morning, but not like that earlier. And Amritvela, I never got up in my whole 3 years. But before that, I used to listen Murli, even sometimes go to center, but listen and then write down points. So I used to feel very happy, and my day used to be very good. And money was not disturbing me. Less money doesn't matter. But now I think I should start that. Maybe that gives me.
And honestly, Amrit Vela is the time to take power from Baba. Really. So if you're missing that, then of course you're missing a lot. It's like that's the time, as I said, to make the hay. That's the time Baba is shining, and that's the time to make the hay, and you're missing that time. Then afterwards, what is left? Baba has even said this. Afterwards, only crumbs is left. So you're just getting the crumbs. Be there at the start when Baba's giving, apna khazana khol ke rakha hai na.
That is 4 to 5 in the morning?
Yeah, 4 to 4:45.
Okay.
Theek hai?
Okay, theek hai. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to just share a few more points with you before we finish. Okay. And so what I want to share is a few things about BK life. Okay. For you to, in general, for you to maintain your happiness. And one of the things I want to share with you is get some sleep. I know it's a very simple thing, but really, this is the one thing that I advocate to Brahmins. I mean, Brahmins, I don't know, they all think they're Superman, Superwoman, and they try to squeeze so much into the day. And they try to squeeze so much into the day, and then they get tired, and just that tiredness makes them unhappy. And if you're tired, as Baba said in the Murli that I quoted, what can you give when you are tired? You can't give much. So the point is that when we are rested, we are really happy bunnies, you know? When we are rested, then we can give more. So that's one of my things. And I'm not saying sleep during Amrit Vela or morning class. No, go to bed early or have a rest in the afternoon, take a nap. Sometimes people can just manage with 30 minutes nap in the afternoon. So really just make sure that you get enough sleep. If you're working in the weekdays, try and get some rest on the weekend. But sleep is very important to staying happy, because you know what? Sleep is a physical need. We become unhappy when our needs are not met. So when I get enough sleep, I'm happy, and then I have the energy to give whatever drama wants me to give, okay? And then, like some of the other things that we had said during that dopamine, serotonin, that picture. So basically, yeah, you know, get out of the house, at least, you know, for some sunshine, sit on the balcony, get some sun. These are very simple things, but we don't realize we have to do sunbathing. And, you know, in the morning, I mean, many customs of India, for example, in the morning, you actually do your puja, your worship in front of the sun. You worship the sun and then you do your puja. So this is, again, a way of taking in sunlight. So this is very important for the health of the body. So get some sunlight, get out of the house, get some exercise going, get some movement in the body. Because just sitting still at the desk or just sitting still in one place, again, it can stagnate you from inside. So really just get out, even make yourself an excuse, go buy some milk or some fruit or something, you know, find yourself a chore that you say, okay, I'm going to go and get that and then come back. If you find it difficult to, you know, make that habit, make that practice. Then laugh more. And what I mean here is try to laugh at the drama more. Really, everything. If it's a drama, if it's really a drama, it's there to entertain us, isn't it? It's there to entertain us. So let us laugh at what's happening, even if it's something serious, even if it's something stupid. But not laugh at the person, but laugh at the drama. Yeah, not laugh at the person, but laugh at the drama. Like, find it amusing. This is the point. And if one person in a group can find something funny, then they will trigger other people as well, right? So then everybody starts. So somebody has to break that ice, and then we all start being happy. Other thing, which is a good thing that keeps a family going, a family happy, is cooking together, eating together, right? They say that the family that eats together stays together. So really, if we can just even cook together, work together, cooperate, work on a project together, this is very good. This is bonding. Yeah, go for walks together, sure. So long as there's no gossiping. But walks is also a good time to hear some classes, right? So eat, right? Eat with friends and family. And then take some supplements if you have to. We're not, you know, we don't have perfect bodies, and there is a lot of nutritional value lacking in the food. Of course, eat good food, eat nuts, eat fruits, take juices. But then also take some supplements if you have to. Yes, I've got that here. Listening to good music, inspirational music, music that makes your spirits, you know, lift up. and even to dance to the music. If nobody's watching, just dance. If nobody's watching, just sing. You know, feel free to express. Expression is also a form of happiness, but we all are in our egos, you know, and we all want to be looked at so nicely, and you know, we want to be taken seriously. So we don't bring out the child in us. But let go, just relax. So what if somebody thinks of you like this or that? At least you're happy, right? So be happy. Just do what you need to be happy from the inside. Yes, develop hobbies, sure. Right? Do something that makes you happy from the inside. This is the point. So I feel like we have to really be happy Brahmins. If we are happy Brahmins, as I said earlier, this is the service that we do. And if I'm not happy, then what kind of service am I going to be doing? So forget it, right? Just keep yourself happy, and then that will attract other people towards you. Tika, anybody wants to say anything else? There was also that point in the Murli today, right? Where Baba said that when children send telegrams saying, Baba, I have left, or something like that, wasn't there? There was
No,
also...
I got 80% marks, 90% marks in my exams.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, when they pass, they send telegrams of happiness, exactly. So this was my other point I was going to share, is what telegram are we going to send to Baba now, right? What have we achieved that we can now write to Baba and say, yes, Baba, I was happy for one day. I was happy for 1 week. Baba, I've been happy all month. Baba, I've been happy all year. Can we send this telegram to Baba? Yeah? So really, stay happy. Happy makes you more beautiful. Happy makes you a much more loving, kinder person. Okay? All right. So it's been long, so let us stop here. And yeah, keep up the good effort. Okay? All right, let's have some music, Atma, some song or something, and we finish. Thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you for making the time. Thank you for listening to me. Okay, Om Shanti.
for the truth to be heard. I am.
And thank you to Lal for the translation. Non-stop talking.